Hello, back to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Open Great League and we're going to have a very fun triple shadow team here. I would imagine that those are more like the best spells that they had with this team, as we're going to encounter a very spicy team here. We have the Shuckle on here, a 100% Shadow Shuckle, which is actually the Pokemon in Pokemon Go, at least for the Great League. I don't know if there's any other Pokemon that has higher defense stat, but this is definitely the Pokemon I think that has the highest defense stat in Pokemon Go. Basically nearly 100 points above Bastion, which is kinda wild, and this Pokemon is still only at 463 CP. Why that? Because both other stats with the HP as well as the attack are insanely low for this Pokemon. So what you can kinda expect here is that this Pokemon still won't be as bulky. It's still going to be a little bit bulky, I would guess, but I don't think it's going to be crazy bulky while we see the Charizard coming in here. It's going to be an interesting one. Can you take a Blast Burn with Shuckle? Let's see, you can actually take one. It's actually okay, I mean, it's kinda fine. It's more bulk than I expected to have. As you're going to see the Dragon Claw coming through, going to do some decent damage, but while it has the highest defense stat there, it still feels like a Pokemon that cannot really compete with others, for the only reason there that this Pokemon has a super low HP stat. If you saw the video earlier today for Regidrago, which I can recommend you of course as well, you might have seen me talking there about raids as well. Shuckle is basically the prime example for the other option for raids. Shuckle raids are insanely difficult to do because of the high defense, because the HP stat gets completely overwritten for raids. You get like a set value there, so it gets a ton of HP and also a ton of defense. So Shuckle is a very difficult raid boss, not so difficult to take down though in Pokemon Go PvP sadly. But we're also going to have upcoming Little Cups where this Pokemon might be a little bit more interesting. Here right now in the Great League, it's going to be interesting as you're going to see the Body Slam coming through from the Vigoroth, going to basically do no damage here, which is kind of funny. So Shuckle might be a pretty decent third shield for this team as we encounter here Hitmontop, pretty spicy. While Hitmontop is actually always like kind of a sim hero for PvP Poke, by the way. Like this Pokemon always gets ranked pretty high just because it has two very consistent moves there with close combat as well as the Stone Edge there. We're going to see the Aqua Tail coming through. I don't think you're going to be able to win this game here. It's going to be a tough one for sure. You will be able to take this Hydro Cannon, but yeah, you don't get to another move here. One Hydro Cannon should knock you out. Yes, you have the crazy highest defense, but I don't think that's going to survive this one. It's going to be an Earthquake. This was a mistake by the opponent because Earthquake is a neutral, whilst the Hydro Cannon would be super effective. And now you actually still have a chance to win this game. And Shuckle takes out a fighter as well as a Swampert. I have never seen anything like that before, as you're going to see a Jellicent lead here now against you. This is amazing that you face it here, even though you're gonna go for the wrong move here. Both are resisted, but Body Slam is double resisted. Go for Awkward Tail next time around. I think it does a little bit more damage. Very good that you didn't shield here. As we're going to encounter Reggie still coming in. Your team doesn't really have a good answer for this. I think you survive one move here with the Grimer though. Which, oh yeah, okay, it's going to definitely survive one, but that's basically it for this Pokemon. Holy hell, that was squishy. You're going to be able to go for some Mud Bomb damage though, which actually did more than I expected. You're already debuffed from the Zap Cannon coming in there, and you're going to be able to still put them into farm down range easily for your Dragonair shield ones. Farm them down. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to go for another Zap Cannon, don't get the debuff, which is amazing for you. And we see the Jellicent coming back in. Seems like you still have an option for winning this game here again. I don't think Body Slam is the way to go for this matchup here. Kind of bothers me. Actually, I'm going to take a look at this real quick, because there is the thing. Body Slam is the stronger move compared to Aqua Tail. Like, the difference must be like 1 or 2 HP or whatever. Like, it's not going to be crazy. But here we're actually going to encounter the Talonflame in the back. This is going to be amazing as well, as you're going to be able to at least take one move. Yeah, you have to take one move here. It's going to be a Flame Charge. And I guess you should have went for 2 more moves. I think it has Rock Throw, not Smackdown, right? Yeah, that's Rock Throw. So against Incinerate, always go for 2 and then throw, which would help you out. But I think you still might be able to reach the Stone Edge, and you will be able to do this, which is amazing for you. As you're going to see here now that you're going to be able to win this game. Very good game there. Next opponent, we see a Ferrothorn. Really bad for your entire team, to be fair. Like, Ferrothorn kind of destroys your entire team, as we're going to see here the Grimer has to go for the ground type move, which is least neutral here. I actually want to have Sludge Bomb more there, because Sludge Bomb is stab and Mud Bomb is not really the best move. But here we're going to see that you see a Politoed coming in. That's kind of wild, not gonna lie. But yeah, again, for the matchup before, I'm just looking it up at the side. The Body Slam does 6 less damage, it does 18 damage to Jellicent compared to the Awkward Tail, which does 24 damage, so that's actually a bigger increase of 25% here. So definitely go for Awkward Tail against Jellicents if you are in this matchup and not for Body Slams. I would have helped you out there a lot as well. But still, we're going to see here that you're going to be able to let this move go through. It's going to be a mirror shot, that's pretty decent for you, as you're going to shield up this move most likely. I don't think you can rely on your Shuckle at this point of time. Mirror shot coming through doesn't get the debuff here, which is amazing for you, and you're going to go for the Awkward Tail, which is here the wrong move to go for, but it doesn't matter at this health range anyway. So Body Slam here definitely when both are the same, basically Body Slam is definitely better to use here, as we're going to encounter a Raichu in the back. You will be able to get the Body Slam off here, you're going to get them low, and you can go into your Shuckle. Let's see what Shuckle can do here. Shuckle is just shaking his head, throwing some rocks at the Raichu. And we see the Wild Charge coming through. Easy game for Shuckle, going to be able to survive one. And now the opponent is so debuffed that I think actually Shuckle is going to take them out. What? Shuckle is just going to be able to just sweep them here, completely destroying them there with these Stone Edges. It is completely wild. As you're going to encounter a Nidoqueen here as well, as this is going to take the Awkward Tail. Let's take a look how much damage it's going to do here. It's going to get shielded, of course, as we see the Shuckle now against the Umbreon. Usually you have a very good matchup as a Bug-type Pokemon against a Dark-type, but this is not the case here, like not at all. This is basically such a sad thing to see, because you don't really do damage, you don't really get to your charge boost fast either. And you will, look how much damage a Stone Edge did there. Like just a Stone Edge from a fully maxed Pokemon, it just does basically nothing. It's wild. But they will be able to farm you all the way down here. This is not really looking too good. Like, I wonder if you can actually still win this game here. Don't know if there are any losses in here. Like, they clearly only showed like the best battles that they had with this team. Which is totally fine, I think. Like, nobody going to go ahead and say, oh yeah, I'm going to copy this team now and seriously throw a Shuckle into the matchup here. But Scrafty is actually okay for you. You go for the Body Slam. Honestly, you always throw the exactly wrong move with Dragonair. If both moves are the same in terms of the like being neutral or whatever, you're gonna go ahead and go for the Body Slam. Otherwise, you're gonna go ahead and go for the Awkward Tail. So yeah. Please don't throw, if both are neutral, the other move there. It doesn't make sense. You will have to call this one. You're going to call it. It's going to be the Earth Power, which is really good for you. And you will be able to go for your own Mud Bomb here. One more Mud Bomb should be able to knock out the opponent. You will be able to knock them out with your Shadow Grimer. Shadow Grimer is such a fun Pokemon. Sadly, don't feel it's very good right now. There was like a time where it was really decent in the meta, when we still had like a fairy type meta, where Azumarill was around, where Registeel was like in the core as well, where you had like Mud Bomb plus some poison type damage, where Grimer really was able to shine. There were a lot of grass types back in the day as well. Like, if anybody is still around here from the earlier days, we had like the time where Shiftry was super common, or Meganium was super common. That's like so long ago. Like, I haven't seen any of those recently in any competitive format, which is really sad to see. I really wish that like grass types would have more of a play. Right now it feels like it's always like the same types and always the same Pokemon. There hasn't been really a big change for ages. So yeah, here we see the Marowak coming in here as well. Do you actually get a triple kill with this Pokemon? You already got one kill here. You can take those Bone Clubs, and we've seen Obstagoon coming in. Okay, this won't be a triple kill for a Shuckle, sadly, but you're still going to be able to do some decent damage against the opponent here for sure. As you're going to go ahead and go for the Stone Edge. Now you're going to let this move go through. It's going to be the Cross Chop, which is neutral as well. Go for Night Slash Trainer. Night Slash is stab and also neutral. Like, definitely here some stuff that both trainers can make a little bit better. You will be able to go for one charge move here, which I don't think it knocks them out. It does knock them out, never mind. And you will see that you can hopefully still knock them out with your Shuckle. You're gonna get close to the charge move here. You can shield up the move from the opponent. It's going to be a race to the charge move, and you can get to the Stone Edge in time. And Shuckle is just shuckling them up. Look at him. He's going to destroy them all. What a beast. Next opponent, let's take a look at this one. Dragonair against Politoed. That's going to be an interesting one as well. You have a clear advantage here with your Dragonair. You see how much damage the Dragon Breath does. Body Slam comes through, as this is going to nearly knock them out if they would let this move go through. And they're going to swap out into the Pidgeot. This is the way to go for Shuckle. Look at him shaking his head. He's having a great time. You're gonna have Feather Dance. It doesn't really matter. You already didn't do damage with it before, so great play by the opponent there. Gonna go for another Feather Dance. I wonder how much this does. Super effective Stone Edge, 4 times debuff, Shuckle, literally nothing. It's so wild. but you can let this move go through here again. Going to be another Feather Dance. They just want to farm it down, I think, at this point of time. I don't think there's really a way for them. And you're going to be able to catch the Politoad here with your Dragonair going for a charge move, forcing the final shield by the opponent. You're going to shields up as well as the Weather Ball is coming through. It was clearly a bait here. You're going to let this next move go through as well, which is going to be another Blizzard. Never mind, it was a Blizzard. This is not ideal. Now you should go into your Grimer. Definitely the right play to do here, as the opponent most likely comes back into their Pidgeot. You will actually know it's going to be the Swampert. Okay, there's no way you can win this game here anymore, sadly. At least I don't really see one, unless you're going to be able to... I actually don't know how you want to win this game here right now. You can still actually get to them. I guess they're going to swap out and you can... Wow, okay, this is such a turn of events. Brave Bird is a well. You will just go straight for the Mud Bomb here, and I think that's actually going to knock them out. For whatever reason they want to swap there, and for whatever reason this all happened here, I have no idea. But I am just a silent enjoyer from that one there, as we're going to encounter here Grand Bull coming in and Shadow Victory Bell. This is a Degen team. They're most likely going to be another Charmer in the back. Most likely the Alolan Ninetales actually, which would be a very interesting one for your Shuckle there, because I would really love to see Alolan Ninetales against the Shuckle, as you will be able to get the second shield here as well. And you can go ahead and go into your Dragonair. There's most likely a Charmer in the back, I would guess. Leaf Blade coming through, and let's see, they don't get to another one. Is there another? No, it's actually going to be the Bastion in the back. Never mind, then it was a smart decision. Like, usually it's double charm, but this time around it's such an RPS team as well. Like, you have the Shadow Granbull, we have the Shadow Razor Leafer there, as well as the Bastion, as you will be able to at least go ahead and go for some Awkward Tail damage, and it's going to be a good game here as well. The Bastion gonna go down here for sure, as this Awkward Tail going to do some pretty decent damage here, and you can just farm down. Let's see what's coming up next. We're going to see the Dragonair against the Skarmory. This will be a wild one as well, so you will be able to go ahead and go for some Awkward Tail damage here. This is actually, I think, a very good matchup for you, which it doesn't make any sense at all, because you have Dragon against Steel-type Pokemon, and you do resisted damage with your fast move. But you see already the opponent going to get farmed out in the 2-shield scenario, which is just wild. And you will be able to get the shield here anyway. And you can just shield up, farm down, and you're fine. But you also can let this move go through and let Shuckle do the rest here. Shuckle is just having a great time here as well. Going to take the Sky Attack like a champ, as we see that it's just like, it looks so funny, this thing, not gonna lie. We see that you can farm all the way down, and we see the Machamp coming in here, as you will be able to resist those incoming cross chops. They threw way too early there for it to be like anything else in a cross chop. You will go for the bait here, which is fine. I think that's going to put them into range for a knockout anyway. And at this point of time, you might even be able to just shield and farm them all the way down. But I think you're still going to throw a charge move here. Or you don't. You're going to farm them all the way down. And we see the Ninetales coming in, which will not appreciate the Sludge Bomb coming in. Hello, Ninetales. Goodbye, Ninetales, as this Shuckle is going to go ahead and go for the Stone Edge. We'll have loved to see the Gyro Ball there, of course, but this Stone Edge going to knock them straight out of there. Like, imagine you queue up into the Go Battle League and you lose to a Shuckle. 463 HP there, not HP, CP there, which is kind of funny. I mean, I sometimes throw people with my party at Rample, which is even worse, I think, than a Shuckle. But, still, funny one here. Next opponent, we're going to see a Lantern again. Going to go ahead, go for the Surf, as you will be able to take those moves. You can take the next one as well. You can farm them all the way down. As we see a Skuntank coming in, you're going to kind of want to save your Dragonair maybe. Let's see. As you're actually going to go ahead, go into the Shuckle, yeah? Just Shuckle them down. Like, honestly, Shuckle is always the way to go. Shuckle is the best Pokemon in the meta right now. It's insane. Look at this one here. Shuckle is just, like, literally such a cool tank. I mean, for 400 CP, it literally just tanks way more than you might expect here, of course, but for having the literally highest defense for the Open Great League, you still kind of would expect a little bit more. As you see now, the matchup against the Medicham, which is going to be an interesting one, as you're going to do basically as much damage as they do with the counter, which doesn't make any sense at all, but that's the game we play. Bulky Pokemon always going to have an advantage compared to like less bulkier Pokemon, which is kind of wild though. Like, literally that the counters as much damage as your neutral Poison Jab is kind of wild. It just doesn't really make too much sense, but at least you're going to be able to go toe-to-toe here, as we're going to see most likely a swap from the opponent soon. Let's see, they're going to swap perfectly into the Lantern. You're going to undercharge here, as this is going to knock them out straight away, and you're going to swap perfectly into your Shuckle. What a turn of events. Ice Punch coming through here, and you will be able to now farm them all the way down to win this final game here. Hope you enjoyed this one. I definitely did, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye.